This is update contacts. Now, what do you want to do once you have done all those activities? So basically, update contact is what? In a certain data extension, go and update the details for a particular record. Update the contact. Okay, the name is itself clear. So update that particular contact based on certain conditions. That is what it does. So let me put it over here, for example, to show you how it is configured. So basically what it says is point me to that data extension. So now it's a good use case that I thought of. So since we are using, for example, Einstein, okay, Einstein email open split. So now we will deduce that this person is most likely to open that email. Okay. So Chandni, referencing back to your use case that we just spoke about a couple of minutes back. So this email, so let's say I enter this journey and I'm most likely to open this email. Now what I do is I go and update a certain field in the data extension which holds my record, saying that I am a good customer, something like that. I am a platinum customer, gold customer. That kind of data can be updated with the help of this activity. Yeah, understood, everyone? So we'll configure it and show you how it works, but that's the use case of this.
Okay.
Loading this data extensions. Where is mine? Again, same kind of thing which happens, which gives you an option of event entry source as data extension. So you can actually filter it by some attribute as well. Customer ID. So I can say this is, for example, customer ID is over here. Mine, not customer ID won't be a, first name is equal to, no, not the, if considering the exact the use case we spoke about. For example, there is a field called type of customers, gold, bronze, platinum, that status. You can select and put a value over there. If I go through this path, update the contact with my that data equals bronze, platinum, and you can do multiple of them. So that is the use case that I was talking about with this, pertaining to this activity. Got it?
Pankaj, I have a question.
Mhm.
Is it possible to update an entire data extension after we have done an operation?
So if you want to do that kind of automations, sorry, that kind of configuration, the whole data extension, when you say whole data extension, all the records, is it?
Yes.
So this is not journey is not the right place to do that, because remember, journey is for one-to-one personalized thing. So if you want to do bulky things just like the one that you asked for, this is not the right place. Don't ever do it on journey builder. Okay.
So, for example, I have done, let's say, a decision split based on opens and non-opens. And after
Mhm.
that, I just want to update my data extension and further do a decision split or maybe a nine-stand split. So, in that case,
Mhm.
what do you?
So if that is the use case that, for example, I have opened it, you want to update my data record in my data extension based on
Yeah.
my click open, for example, then it makes sense. Record by record, it's okay. But if you want to do it at once for the whole data extension, let's say set the flag of, let's say, gender as male for all the records in the data extension, something like that bulky activity. So I presume you
Okay.
were asking that. But if that is the case, absolutely use this one.
Okay.
Okay. Since we are done with all of the things over here for these information, so similar to what I spoke, these are not a part of scope, but I'll just quickly tell you what all it is so that you are aware of all those things. Sales and service cloud, we are not connected to sales or service cloud at this point in time, and since I poked on these questions earlier as well, doesn't look like your clients actually do that either. So these are what happens is, if you want to create an opportunity after this, so for this particular person, for example, so everybody is aware task opportunity lead, what it means is, or I shall leave it, or do you want me to quickly go through that? How is it? Because this is something out of syllabus, FYI. So how do you want to do that?
Yes, we know a little bit about task, opportunity, and lead. We use it for a CRM purpose. But if
Mm-hmm.
you can go with you can just overview. You can just take us through the overview. Then it would be really helpful.
Sure. So I'll just let you know what it is and why, what could be the use case of using it. Okay. So for example, convert a lead. Convert a lead is basically a person. Let's say let's go on this path. I'll continue this same use case. So I've gone on this path. Okay. So I've gone on this path, and I haven't. I'm most likely to open that email. So I'm that kind of contact for you. So I'm a very good customer or a contact for you at this point, not customer, but you would like to actually convert and start working on an opportunity with me. So for example, till now I'm just opening the emails, downloading your white papers, but you want, now you I'm according to you, I am ready in your journey to actually do business with you, purchase something from you. So in that case, you want to use this activity, convert that lead over here. Even if I insert it over here, nothing will happen because nothing is connected. So Salesforce Connect is not connected with Marketing Cloud, so there won't be any kind of configuration over here. But that is the whole use of it. Okay. Other ones are creating tasks. So these tasks is nothing but a low level activity in Salesforce CRM. So for example, if I want certain things to be done by you, so I'll create a task and point it to you. So you will get an email notification and a task in your dashboard. So you that know that activity is pending on you, you will complete it. That is a task per se in Salesforce CRM. So if you want to create a task in Salesforce, you can utilize this activities and actually get it done. Okay. Opportunity, what is okay, what is a lead, what is an opportunity? Lead is something, it's a prospective customer, and based on certain organizational processes, you think that he is a good person right now to be converted into an opportunity. Opportunity is someone with whom we do business with. So till now I was just opening your emails or downloading the thing, so I'm a good lead. But at certain stage you feel like I would actually convert, I'm ready to actually buy or spend money on you, I become an opportunity. So that is the difference between lead and opportunity. Depending on organization processes, I can configure, I can be a lead or an opportunity. So it totally depends on organizations. Okay, so if I want to create this person as an opportunity or as a lead, those two tabs can actually, sorry, activities can help me over here. Just pull it over there and use it. I mean, just check the configuration once it is there. I'm not sure it will allow something, but yeah, just double checking. Okay, so let me go on to the next one. Okay, so this is contact. You'll create a contact for this person. So this will be a contact. Contact is nothing but a contact within your client organization. So this is contact. Cases is something utilized in your service industry. So service industry, if I, for example, I raise a case, basically I raise a service request or tickets, whatever you call it in business lingo. Basically a case is getting created in Salesforce, so somebody can work on it and address that case. So if for example in this use case, I'm less likely to open that, for example, this email. You want to figure it out why it is the case, so you might want to raise a case and let somebody speak to me and try and convince me to actually open that email or buy that product, or that those kind of activities can be performed. Okay, so one of the use case, not a very good one, but yeah, in this current scenario this could be one of the applicable ones. Campaign members, account is something, is a customer for you. So if you want to create this person as an account, me as a contact as an account, lead, opportunity, same thing. So you want to create him as an account, please do that. Object activity and convert lead. Yeah, so these are all the ones that we generally don't use, but I thought I'll just quickly give you a glimpse of all of them. This is what it is. It's more of a understanding from a CRM perspective, saying that what is a task, what is an opportunity, and you simply map it once the configuration has been done. So it shouldn't be an issue while configuring it once the Salesforce Connect, which is a bridge between Salesforce Marketing Cloud and Salesforce Sales Cloud or Service Cloud, it is configured. It should be automatically very easily be configured, and creating of lead and opportunity would be seamless. Okay, so these are all the sales and service bit that I wanted to touch base upon.
Pankaj, quick question.
Mhm.
What is object activity?
So this object activity, it is something, for example, if there is a custom object, so you understand custom objects. Let me see if I can, for any chance, open it. Shouldn't be a case, but let me see. Any object activity, same problem. So do you know what is custom objects and out of the box standard objects in Salesforce CRM?
No.
Okay, so just to give you a glimpse, Salesforce by default in I'm talking about CRM now, not Marketing Cloud. So Salesforce by default comes with a standard structure, okay, like leads, opportunities, contacts, accounts, okay, cases, out of the box. These are out of the box objects, okay, created by Salesforce. We call it objects or different tabs, for example, in simple language, different tabs out of the box. Now what if you're, for each organization the use case is a bit different, so you might need something different. For example, you want to build onboarding process for an HR. So in that case, this is not an out of the box feature that Salesforce gives to you in CRM world. You have to build it with the help of some coding, some configurations, and all those things. Somebody needs to build that. So once you build it, that is called a custom object in which you have built it. So if you use this activity, object activity, then in that custom one you can use map it with that probably the custom one that you have created, in this case HR, and then you can utilize and sync it. It's not a standard one. Rest all are standard, out of the box provided by Salesforce. These are all standard ones. This is something not standard. So we are done with all the activities on the left hand side, which are all the capabilities that you have. Okay, one more thing. This might not be the total number of list that is available. Salesforce might have more to it. You or me are not able to see that because of the restrictions or the licenses, or I don't know, for some XYZ reasons. So there's more to what it meets the eye, as the famous saying goes. So if you want to explore more, the other capabilities would be there. Yeah. So just I'll send you a link to that, and I mean it's very easy. Just write journey builder. What do you say? Activities. First thing that comes over here is not Einstein. First thing that comes over here is the help page. Canvas activities. I think this is the one. So it lists down all the activities that are possible from Salesforce. Not necessarily would be there in your this one, but all of them. So like for example, these ones. If it is missing, then it's okay. But I'm just trying to show you the help text will give you the information for a lot more than what is enabled for your org. Okay. So yeah. So I'll just make a note, so I'll share that page. I'm not sure how much you'll read, but it's good to know and keep it handy in case you want to refer it tomorrow or day after or in the future. So quickly we'll come on to the other aspect of journey. So how to run a journey. Yep. Okay. So what is versions? Anyone? I'm assuming you guys are aware of versions, and also just quickly because it's already 45 minutes left. So I wanted to complete, I mean, my plan was to do Automation Studio today, but okay, I wanted to complete at least this one, and we have some grounds to cover. So let's quickly do that. What is version in Journey Builder? Anyone?
Same journey having two different scenarios.
Correct. So basically, not scenarios, to be honest. Basically, I mean,
Yeah.
a very simple one is you do create journeys and keep on testing it, how it
Hmm.
works. So you want to make some small changes, like for example, you are using data extensions. You want to configure a different data extensions now. So the canvas remains the same, but then you are making some configuration change at the background to make sure that how it works. You're testing that. So you do it with the help of versioning over here. Same generic concept as versions. And at any point in time, one version can be activated. So not all the versions can be activated. So other versions will be in draft or stopped or whatever it is, but they won't be available or active at the same moment. Yeah.
Okay.
So over here, then what else we have? This is again simple intuitive toggling thing, so that's okay. Copy activity. Okay, I'll touch base on it in the end. This is okay. Let's do exit criteria and journey settings first. Okay, exit criteria. Any idea what is exit criteria? I mean, not any idea. You would be having some ideas too, because there is an important component to journey builders, and you would be using that. So what could be a business use case of exit criteria? I'm assuming you would be aware of exit criteria. What could be a use case that you can talk about?
It's a basically conversion of your lead, something related to that. If
No, no,
if
no.
a subscriber joined a journey and it's exiting in us as a lead or as a prospect or something, converted.
So, I mean, maybe yes, maybe no, but what basically is exit criteria is based on what factor you say that the contact should go out of the journey. So in your use case that you said, if the user has, or not users, the contact has converted, okay, then
Hmm.
this could be one of the instance we saying that exit criteria met and you should exit the journey. You shouldn't be in the journey or uh, complete the journey. So that could be one of the use case. So if I as a subscriber was most likely in this case to actually uh, in this case most likely to open that, and I have updated the contact, created an opportunity for example, or converted the lead for example, let's say converted the lead, more simple, then after that anything I shouldn't be actually doing it. Not this one. So Okay, so for example, there would be some configurations, some journey at the end of it. But if I am a converted lead, then I shouldn't be actually getting through this part. So this could be one of the exit criteria. Other common use case of exit criteria would be like, for example, uh, let's say you have a drip campaign configured. So drip campaign, I'll just quickly show you. I'll first save it. I'll show you the drip campaign that I have created for you. Everybody understand what's the drip campaign? Okay,
No.
so okay, so drip campaign. Okay, again for everybody's convenience, drip campaign is drip. What does the name suggest? Drip, tip by tip, drop by drop, one by one. So drip campaign is basically saying in a marketing lingo, what it means is I would be doing, sorry, what I'll be doing is I'll be sending you emails slowly and slowly, one by one, to entice you. And the more you click, the more better the offer becomes, or more enticing the email becomes. Okay, so I send you one email, you open it, then I send you something better, again an email, something better, you again open it, I'll send you something much more better, like that. So that is a drip campaign. You're enticing or nurturing a particular subscriber or contact, nurturing him to get converted. Everybody understand nurturing over here? So that nurturing. So this is, I'll just minimize it for everybody's convenience. So right now I think everybody can see the full scale of this drip campaign. Just have a cursory look and try and tell me whether you understand it or not, just for like 20 seconds, 30 seconds, that's it. Okay, time's up. And any thing that you have understood or anything that you haven't understood, let me be on either side. Okay, this let me explain that. What I've done is simply on the canvas configured a simple DREM campaign, simple one, very simple. It could go more complex, but for our understanding. So let's say 100 subscriber in that data extension, and whenever I say 100, it could be 100,000. So just for simplicity's sake, I'm just taking a number which is 100, but it generally it runs into hundreds and thousands. I mean, you would be better aware of it. So 100 subscriber enter this journey, all of them get email one. That is what I was talking about. 1A, 2A, 2B, 3A, 3B. Is it my voice echoing in the background or something else is going on? I think something else is going on. So I request you to please be on mute. Okay. So first email, all 100 subscribers get this first email. Now, based on the decision, whether you have, sorry, engagement split, whether you have opened it or not opened it. Oh, sorry, this is a wait one. This engagement split, whether you have opened it or not opened it, your journey becomes into two parts. Let's say you haven't opened it, no, or yes, you have opened it. So these are different emails that you'll get. Okay, so this one, this journey continues again, and this journey continues a different one. Second email is sent to him or the subscriber or her, and he or she again opens, could be opening it, could not be opening it. In that case, if he or she opens it, it goes into this path. If he or she doesn't, it goes into a different path, and then finally joining at the end of it. So this is a simple drip campaign wherein we are sending three sets of email: one, two, three set of emails to the subscriber, depending on what he does. He can actually open it or cannot open it. So let's say if he opens it in the very first instance, he'll get only one email, sorry, two emails in total. If he doesn't open it in the first instance, he'll get two, and maximum if he doesn't open it at all, one, two, three, he'll get three emails. Okay, so this is a simple drip campaign that I've configured for you. So I'll be copying that and giving to you as an exercise to configure it and run it. So everybody understood this simple campaign? It's very simple.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So exit criteria. Okay. So exit criteria, what we were doing is exit criteria in this use case, for example, would be if anybody opens this email. Okay. This could be one of the criterias, or or any attribute that might change as a part of this journey. So that could be a exit criteria as a set. This is one of the use case. Or let me think. Okay, there could be one of the business rules says that if data is so for example, uh, the unsubscription list is coming from an external system, you have there in the system as well, but then there could be different systems which are holding unsubscribed data, for example, not even marketing cloud, and that data is feeding into your data extensions via some integrations or manually, whatever the case may be. So in that case, we need to keep on checking if somebody is unsubscribed at any stage. It should he or she should exit the journey. Simple. So that is an exit criteria which is very commonly used. If somebody has unsubscribed, he should actually be exited from your journey. And that if specifically if the unsubscription is coming from external system. So there could be a case where unsubscribed data is collected at one single system and it's been fed into marketing cloud. In that case, this could be a good use case. So let's configure that. That's already configured. Let me go back to the first one. So same kind of filter activities will be given to you. If you go into contact data, this is my configuration. Okay. So let's say coming to the same unsubscribe example, this data extension that I'm pointing to. So if you see, I can go to any data extension and there, so I can check the data extension of unsubscribe as well. So let's say this is the same one, for example, and I go and select this field. This field equals, let's say, yes or no. For example, if it was unsubscribe boolean flag, yes, done. Let's say cancel this for a while and next and save it. So essentially what the exit criteria becomes over here is that as soon as this value is boolean is checked, exit from the journey. Got the point?
Yep.
Okay, so this was about exit criteria. Exit criteria is also very important in journey. So you will be utilizing it extensively in journeys. It has to be there configured in the journey, exit criteria. So there's no two way about it. Okay.
Yeah.
And any common examples of business common examples of exit criteria that you have used in your journeys?
The normal criteria depends, it depends on the journey that which we are making, right? So if my client is in the finance industry, so the main goal for his end customers would be to take a second lease. So
Take a
but
second. Sorry. To
lease,
take a second.
lease.
Okay, lease. Yeah.
So yes, but that depends. So for recently in the last journey, he just added a field, a boolean field. So we just had the exit criteria based on true.
Okay, so just extrapolating your example, another use case could be, for example, your financial service provider customer is sending out mass emailers, for example, yeah, to the external world, not their customers. Okay, for example, refinancing is a very common thing in the US. So they are sending emails campaign based on for refinancing to the external people, external prospective customers, not their existing ones. So in that case, there could be exit criteria saying that if the customer, if the prospective customer, if the email ID, for example, matches with a customer email ID in existing in the system, exit, not exist, exit the journey. So basically
Uh,
saying that.
yeah. So does that mean that the exit criteria depends on the goal of the journey?
The goal is a bit different. I'll talk about it. Goal is different. Goal is something more subjective, and this is something for our quantitative analysis, saying that how many of what all, how did we do in this journey, just like that. Results orient, rather than exit is something to do with journey only. Goal is different.
Okay.
Yes. So I was saying, if so, the mass emailer is went out. If it becomes it if it happens to be an existing customer, you don't want to actually do anything on that. So that could be one of the use case that you should exit the journey. Got it? So these are some of the use cases that you can, apart from what you mentioned, Marvel, I think Marvel was the one, yeah. So apart from that, these are the use cases that can be utilized for journey, but exit criteria are always utilized in journey. So this is something that we should use always. Is there has there been a case in your knowledge that the customer doesn't use exit criteria?
Normally the customer gives the exit criteria, but based on the scenario, based on the runtime changes we make, the goal changes. So the goals remains the same, but the criteria changes, right?
Correct. Correct. Got it.
So initially, when we started the last journey, there was the customer or the lead, the main lead did not have the field to decide the criteria. So we had to define a relationship attribute in the contact builder
Correct.
and just go ahead with it. So it was a very long task, and it is not a best practice, I suppose, to be defining relationships for each journey.
Absolutely not. I mean, the
Yeah,
idea is to actually define your data model in the beginning and then do your work.
yeah. So I just had a word with him, and then he created a new field with it, in sync with their data warehouse team. So
Mm-hmm.
yes, it all depends on the scenario for the journey which we are making.
Mm-hmm. Great. Okay. So last couple of things.
Pankaj,
Yes.
just a small question. Is
Mm-hmm.
it possible to that a contact re-enters the journey builder once it has exited,
Yes, I
and
was
a
asking.
possibility to exclude those kind of contacts which have entered a journey once, and we don't want to enroll them again ever.
Correct. So there's an option which I'm going to talk about right now. Okay.
All
So that
right.
capability is there. Yes, to answer your question.
Mm-hmm.
So that comes under, if you click over here, journey settings. So this is what you were asking for: contact entry, no re-entry. Don't allow him to re-enter once he's exited the journey. Re-enter, re-entry anytime. Re-entry only after exiting. These are the three options. Yeah. So this is basically at this stage we are setting the journey. What we are specifying over here is uh, do the contact enter the journey once it has completed one round? Do you want him to enter again in that journey? If not, anytime, or only once he's properly has exited the journey, then only allow him to do that. So these are the three options depending on the use case. Like in the drip campaigns, for example, the ones that I have created, you don't want to actually enter it. You could actually, but you don't want in general to enter a contact again. This is specifically used for birthday and anniversaries, like those kind of things. uh, like once you join an organization, it sends you a welcome email, not actually even birthday and anniversary, a welcome email. So you don't want to enter your contact again in a welcome journey. Correct, because one time email has been triggered and then that's it. You're done with that. But then whereas in something like birthday or anniversary, wherein after annually you want him to actually again enter. Okay, so in that case, then you might want to use option 2 or 3. Okay,
Yes.
so that's the use, and then from here you can configure it. There are some other low level, not very important, but some fields wherein what is the default address, email address, default mobile numbers. So basically you select it from the contact. So you basically point it to the contact from where you are actually picking that. So that is something you can do it from here. Mobile number anyways in our, not right now in our scope. So basically it's saying you want to do it from an entry source which is not configured right now, or from the contacts. As a best practice, use it from the contact email address. Okay, and then I'll just, for example, clicked on done part of it. So I'll save it as well. Keep on saving this journey. I mean, not needless to say that if you exit and then it won't be saved, so please do that. What is the next option? Save as template. So if you want to use, not imagine, remember first time when you were creating a journey from scratch or template, if you save this as a template, you can pick from that. So that's as simple as that. It's just simply template creation. Validate. Okay, validate is something you want to, like just like SQL queries, you want to validate this whole structure. So right now if I click on it, it will give me 10,000 errors because nothing has been configured. It's just for visual purposes I've created this journey. So see, nothing is there configured in the backend for this. For example, the data extension or the email, nothing is there, so it will give you those errors. So this will be handy in terms of validating the journey, just like an SQL query. Yes, the syntax is validated, the structure is validated over here, and you need to resolve those errors. Sometimes, although not all the times, I've seen errors which are not readable, which are not understandable. If you remember the week one, I actually showcased you a couple of things. So this was a couple of error messages which system was throwing, and it is like it was very generic in nature. We were not able to make much sense out of it. So in that case, but mostly it will give you user friendly error messages, and so validation is used for that. Test cannot be done right now because not configured. Test is something, it'll, so once this journey is there, just like in email studio, you can preview and test. Correct, you can send it to one test contact and he will receive an email, so you get to know. Similarly in this case, uh, you will do this, testing will be enabled once this is everything is working and validated. So what you do, if you click on test and point to a particular contact in your data extensions, it will run through the journey and show you how the testing happens. So this part is all the part that I'm trying to talk about now, is will be part of assignment which I'll be giving it to you. So I'll that wait for it. So I want you to actually, for example, this kind of drift campaign is there. Copy this campaign and build it into your journey builder and run it, and let me know the results. Should be okay if you do it properly. There's no reason that it shouldn't work, to be honest. It's a very simple journey. It's just that it might throw some more questions as to what happens after this, why it didn't go in this, those kind of questions which are welcome and good to have, but the journey should work. Okay, testing is, as I said, you point it to one contact, it'll run, let's say in this path, for example, and you can see that, visualize it, that data. So that will be running, testing that journey. And once you've tested, you can activate it. So once you activate this version, for example, version number 1 will from draft to convert to running, and the data extension will start, the contacts will start injecting into data extension into this journey, and they will keep on moving slowly and slowly. Okay. So one good thing that came across in one of the conversations with one of the clients, that what is the time in which you can guarantee the emails will be sent? Any idea? So for example, if 10 subscribers are sitting in this data extension and we activate this journey, within what time this first email will be received by those 10 people? Any generic idea, approximate idea, specific idea? Couple of minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 1 hour? Any idea? Or have you seen this scenario that it takes a long time, or it generally happens very quickly?
No,
As in, no, for what? Quickly sending or slowly sending?
we haven't used.
Oh, no, no. So, I mean, it's not about using. I mean, you create journeys. What my question is, okay, I'll repeat it again. Probably you misunderstood my question. So, what I'm asking is, when you activate a journey, so emails start going to this first one to whoever this data extension is sending it. Correct? Email number 1 will go to their 10 subscribers which are there in this data extension. Correct? Yeah.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
how much time in general it takes to send the emails for those 10 people? And remember, 10 is a very small number. This is hundreds and thousands of, could be subscribers, could be numbers of more of hundreds and thousands. So any specific use case that you have seen, you are aware of that scenario? Because this was one of the questions that came across in our client conversation. Client suddenly asked this, and I actually, we were not ready with that. So any observations that you had?
No, we don't have actually, but I think there will be some standard tag for that.
To be honest, even I don't know. I checked it around, and I didn't figure it out. So this is something even I'm clueless. So what I my observation has been, uh, it sends it frequently. When I say frequently, it's a very relative term. Like if there are a huge number of contacts, of course it takes time, but it you do get emails within certain number of time. It's not like hours or days or something like that. But I'm yet to put a number to it, which I'm still looking for. So I'll note it as a point since it was brought up. Just you also from your observation, just try and have a conversation and ask people that if there are 100,000 people, how much time did it took for all of them to actually send this process those emails? Those kind of
Yeah.
metrics, if you have, it comes in handy. So this is one of the questions that comes in certification as well, I believe. So yeah,
Sure.
okay. Where was I? Activate, send the emails. I'll save it again. What is left then in this case? Okay, yes, one last thing that I wanted to cover before we complete this journey. Okay, so recently, as I said, 5 times there are features that are pushed into Salesforce Marketing Cloud by Salesforce. Recently, they've introduced a new feature wherein you can actually, it's called Deployment Manager. Where you can actually copy paste this whole journey setup into different BUs. So this is very helpful. So what happens is, of course, in a normal enterprise architecture in Salesforce Marketing Cloud, what happens is there are different BUs, business units. One of the business units, if you are doing a greenfield implementation, since you know this is production environment, you do anything and it hits the people outside. Production, real time. So you create different BUs over here. So one BU is for testing, one BU is for UAT, one BU is the production one, and there are certain other BUs which are depending on the geographies. For example, East Coast, Midwest, what is the other one? West Coast, or all those things. There could be like that, or it could be like North America, Asia Pac, MEA. Those kind of business unit structures would be created in a real enterprise atmosphere. So if you want, you have created the journey in Sandbox, of course, while creating it. Now you don't want to redo the whole work in the next BU, because next BU is altogether a next account. You have to do it one by one. Just if you want to configure this journey, it has to be done one by one, correct? So this deployment manager helps you to copy this whole thing and actually deploy it to the next one, next BU that you pointed to. So this whole structure skeleton will only be transferred, not the configuration. So the email, all the configuration will be lost. You have to configure it again. So that is something that is called deployment manager. So you should be aware. Since it is not there, I won't be showing it to you, but this is a feature that helps you to copy paste. So it's just like shared data. You copy this data from one BU to other one with the help of deployment manager. Okay. So there's one thing that I wanted to touch base on. And how do you do that? It's an app exchange product given by Salesforce. So go to app exchange, download it, since you should have admin credentials, and install it. It's pretty intuitive. Finger point it, which is the to be business unit with journey is there. uh, Sorry, as is business unit, to be business units, point it, and it will take care of the deployment, or copying the data from journey building data from here to next one. Similarly, you can do with data extensions as well. I haven't utilized the one for data extension, but I have certainly done for journey builder. So you should be aware in order to actually do this deployment, because you will be testing. Okay, let me ask you this question now. Do you do create journeys and test it in the same business unit of your client in which actually the real journeys are running? Is that what you do?
Yep.
Don't do that. What I'll recommend you to do is ask them to create a different business unit for you. Okay, it might not happen because it comes with a cost. So there are certain for certain license there's like 4 or 5 business units allowed. So it comes with a cost. So your my client would be having it, would not be having it, would not be ready to pay for it. But you should recommend that we need a sandbox. A sandbox is a playground, basically testing environment, to actually create this drip campaign, run it, test it. If everything goes well and fine, then with the help of deployment manager, push into the production one, the real business unit. Don't create it over here. It's not a good practice. Okay, so
So
you should
what is
keep
the
that data.
drawback of? Can you just tell us?
So drawback is, for example, okay, so drawback is the data extensions that you are using. You are creating the new data extensions for testing purposes in the same business unit. So
Hmm.
basically, you're corrupting. So data extension one is there, which has got 100,000 real subscribers, correct? Now,
Hmm.
in order to test this journey in the same BU, you have to create the data extension two, which, let's say, 10 subscribers, so for testing purposes.
Correct.
Email one, you are creating email one is the real one, production email one. You have to create an email two, which is only for testing purposes in the same email studio within your folder structure, for example. So basically,
Mhm.
you are actually creating a test copy of each of the content or asset, marketing asset, as we call it, in the system, in the same system, which is not good. So essentially, I as a marketer can see your content, can see your data extension, which shouldn't
Mhm.
be the case. It's something like production environment only can be touched by the people who are using it, the marketers, the real people who use the system, not you guys. You guys are actually helping them to configure it, correct, to create the journeys. You are the techies behind the working behind the scenes, and they are the real users. So they should be the one who will be working, who should be working on that business unit, not you guys. Okay, so for all your testing purposes, a best practice recommendation is to create a sandbox or as a business different business unit, and and to for the users to actually let them test it, UAT in that as well. So ideally you can have a different UAT view as well, but if not, then you can use the same one for development and actually doing UAT. So business users, once you have, for example, you are given a task to create this journey. Okay, you have done it, you have tested it in your view. Now you need users as well to ratify it. Okay, this is what we were looking for. So they can come into your BU, test it over there, do some changes if they feel like, and then deploy it into the real production or the business unit in which it is supposed to work. Understood the concept?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
If you are doing it, try and speak to your client or customer and recommend that this is not a good practice. You might, worst case scenario, I mean, this, I gave you a good case scenario that these are the problems that might happen. Worst case scenario, you choose a wrong email, it goes to a wrong set of people. God forbid what will happen. Imagine you choose a wrong data extension by mistake, because they
Yeah.
are all live ones, and you by mistake choose and send the email which is test email to those let's say even good customers. What embarrassment or a legal issue that might happen. So these are the worst case scenarios. So always be very careful of this marketing cloud system, because it affects the users outside directly. One click and all everything gone like that. So that is the one of the uh, important but a sad one. So I thought I'll just finger point on that as well. So just bear in mind, by mistake गलती से कहीं कुछ email चला गया, problem है. So what all we did? Okay, so there's one more activity that is there, copy activity. Okay, so this is again copy paste, journey builders copy paste version. So what I can do is I can copy paste couple of the activities. Let's say these ones, not all of them. These ones, copy selection. Okay, yes, makes sense. You have to do adjoining ones, and then copy and paste it in some other journey. I think it copied. So if I create a new journey, let me see, I can utilize, this is from journey and template that I was referring to back then. Oh, I didn't configure, spoken about goals. I'll just quickly, so basically copy those activities and create one. Once you're creating the new journey, you can utilize that. Okay, so that is simple copy paste of activities, no big thing about it. I'll quickly talk about goals because this was something that was missed out. This is goal. So goal is, okay, what is goal? Goal, any campaign, email campaign that you run has certain set of goals in that. So when I say certain set, let's say you have sent an email to 100 people, at least 10 people should open that email. For example, this is one of the goals. Or at least 10 people get converted with that email, or at least 10 people or 20 people use that coupon code that you have sent across in that email campaign to them. So these are the goals based on which you actually measure the productivity or the validity, or the, what do you say, how well the journey did. So that is what goal is actually. It's more of a subjective thing, to be honest, where we put a number to it. So do you guys work with goals? Any good example of any date or good examples of goals that you have in mind, that the customer said this is the goal that I want to achieve?
No, we haven't done it yet.
Okay, so I'll just quickly show you how it's done over here in the system, and then we'll talk about some of the use cases that can be recommended from your side to the client. Okay, so from technically speaking, it remains the same. So you have to filter the things. Some attribute or some use case that you have to select the same thing, same process technically, and then you just configure it. Right now I've configured it, customer first name equals John, probably not the right D I'm referring to, but technically in the backend this is what it says. So if I just quickly summarize it and say I want 10% of the population or total people, for example, to reach this goal. What is the goal that was set in this criteria? So in the criteria could be I don't know, let me think, whatever the criteria, let me just think over and let you know, but this is how it's configured. So criteria is set by you select. So you want to say that I want to make sure that 10 of the total people or 10 percentage of the population to reach this goal. So what goal, what you have set over technically in the system, and you put it as done. Now if that happens, so if 10 people or 10% of the total population does something which you have configured in the system, I would assume that this journey, the goal has been met for this journey. So essentially saying that, coming from our use case of if out of 100 people 10 people open that email, okay, or 10% people open this email, I will consider this journey, oh, sorry, this goal for this journey to be successful. So I would say I have passed my criteria, saying that this is what I wanted to obtain from my journey, and I have done it. So it's more of a subjective side. Before starting a campaign, how would you define a campaign is successful? A campaign is successful, for example, if I, out of these 100 people that I'm emailing them, they should be actually let's say registering on the website, for example, register. Out of 110 people register, I will consider myself successful, or a goal is met. That is a goal.
But
Yes.
Pankaj, journey will continue, right? If the goal is achieved after that also.
So depending on yes and no both, because you can configure that. So good that you brought this point. Yes. So this is what should answer your question. Yeah.
Yep.
So it's more of a, to be honest, this is more of a not a system thing. It's more of saying that okay, now I can be happy that my goal is met in this journey. So it's more of that. Understood?
So we can do without setting the goal also, journey.
Yes, yes, you can. That's what you have been doing, no? Correct? Till now, because you
Yeah.
haven't been setting it and the journeys are running in production. So
Yes.
yes, pretty much. Yeah.
Yep.
So I think this was pretty much it that I wanted to cover in Journey Builders. What I've done is I've taken you through all the activities and their use cases along with that. What I've done is I have created a dip campaign that I just had, not this one, the other one. So this is kept inside my folder. If you see Pankaj test journey, okay, so you will be utilizing this journey. Okay, this is a simple journey. I've just, for visual purposes, I've just dragged and dropped the content from left hand side. I haven't configured it. So if you go over there in the email, there's nothing configured. So you need to copy this and utilize it for your whatever assignment that I gave it to you. So use this, otherwise you have to create a new one. But if you want to create a new one, please by all means go ahead. But you can reference it if you want. It's stored in under my folder with the name this one, test welcome email journey. Okay, there's one more thing that I just quickly thought of. Is anybody's journey running right now?
No, 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 not right now.
None of them? Okay.
No.
So this is till the time. Okay, how many of you have? I'll take a couple of more minutes if that is fine with you guys.
Yes, it is fine.
Okay. How many of you do measure once the journey has started running or exit or completed? The emails were sent. And how do you measure that? All the stats around it. How do you do that?
How can we?
So my question is, if I go back to my journey, for example,
I
this
think
one.
once journey has been activated, we can view the stats, right?
Correct. So that is what I was actually asking about. So for example, this journey is started running. 100 contacts have been injected in this journey with the help of this data extension. Now, how do I see how many of them went which way? So you can do with a multiple of ways. For one of the ways is basically if you hover on it, it'll show you out of this 100 which entered over here, how many of them actually reached this the contact has passed to this stage, how many of from this stage. It gives you the pop-up hovering around will show you that data. That is one way, very simple way of doing it. There's another way I was just trying to figure out. I think since none of the journey is running. Okay, good, we've got one. I think we should get, so yeah, something like this. See, I think it should as well give me, yes. So see, total population, that is, it reached to 1%. It actually, there was only one record count if you see, so it went across. So it reached one count, goal attainment. Probably, I don't think so. Anything is configured in that. So that's how you can see at each stage. Okay, one way. Another way is view event results. Okay, so you can click over here. So now this dashboard is a bit convoluted. When I say convoluted, basically it's a bit confusing. Even I to date find it very confusing, but I'll, okay, not this one, this is something else. So this one basically for this particular journey, not this one. What I was talking about was a different one. I'll show you quickly. So testing onboarding. So see, one contact evaluated. So basically, if our the data extension in the previous example had 100 of them, it would have said 100. And out of that, for example, 10 of them have opened it and received that email, so it would have said 10 over here, like that. So that's how you actually read this journey. Contacts evaluated 100, contact accepted 1, because oh, sorry, 10 in our case, like that. Understood? So try and go and whenever you do this assignment, see how the contacts are passing through. It's actually pretty visualizable. So it actually, it's very good. I actually find it very interesting to see when the contacts are passing, when the number is increasing, 1 2 slowly and slowly. So it's, since it is visual, it's actually interesting. I'm not able to figure out another way to actually show you what all emails are being sent. Just give me a, okay, so yes, so history. So if you see on this so this is, again, for the name's sake, this is templates, existing templates which are stored over here. Out of the box, these are the out of the box, or the some of them if you have created. Okay, abandoned cart and all those things, you can reutilize them. History, where all the history for all the journeys are there. So journey name is testing onboarding. I think this is the only one, hence you have got data for this one only. But over here you can see in the last 30 days what all emails have been sent and what is the status, what was the time it was sent. So this is from where you can see when the journey was activated and when the emails were sent. See, if you see, pretty instantaneous it was. All of them were sent at 10:56, 57. Correct? Can you see that?
Yes.
Correct. So that is what, yeah, correct. That is one of the problems. It's not sorted. So you don't know which was the first one, which is the last one. So that is a problem over here. It's a pain. And okay, if you want to filter it now, for example, in this case, there are only one testing journey. So it's easier for you to see. There could be tens and hundreds of it. So you actually come over here and actually filter it based on that. So that makes it easier for you. Okay. So let's say it gives you this journey, this which version you would want to do that, like that. So this filtering really helps you in order to analyze the results. Okay. These are other ones filter options, but this journey one really helps you because there would be a lot of journeys on the left hand side in the history. Yeah. So
Yes.
I think this is what I wanted to talk about in terms of journey builders. So this is where I would leave you at for journey builder for now. Okay, guys, sayonara, ciao, bye bye, have a nice one. Good night.